Welcome back to another episode of The Zone Presents. I have Adrian Boulos in the studio today, manager of Lake Nona.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Adrian?
How are you?
Dude, I've been waiting for this for like a year and a couple days.
A year and a couple days.
Right?
Exactly what it took, bro.
Nice, bro. Well, let's get into it, bro. You're originally from where?
I was born in Miami, Miami, Florida. Beautiful time. And then I ended up moving around like 8, 9 years old to Orlando. And I've honestly lived here ever since. So I went to high school here and stuff like that.
So what's interesting is I know you're an athlete.
Yep.
You play a couple sports, excelling in a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about like your senior year and as you transition into like being an 18-year-old kid and making a decision on life.
So the end of my my year 17 going into 18, I have a great mom. My mom raised me by herself, single mother, but definitely has had a rough life. And me and her definitely weren't seeing eye to eye the last couple months of me being a minor, I guess you'd say. And it was a lot of like, you might get pushed out at 18. The day after I turned 18, I'm still in high school, right around the first, second quarter of the year, right? There's 4 quarters in the high school year. And I ended up kind of getting kicked out, kind of pushed out of my house, ended up having to kind of live with friends and kind of do stuff like that, right? So I ended up living with a friend that since I've been able to help, which is nice, right? But I ended up moving with my friend, 18 years old. I left with a shirt, 1 pair of underwear, 1 pair of pants, 1 pair of socks, 1 pair of shoes, no phone, no car, no money, honestly, maybe like $500 in the account from the valet job that I had. Just kind of like figuring it out. Actually, I didn't work valet yet. I was just in high school. I worked at Walmart a little bit, and I was playing high school football at the same time. So my days would be wake up, go to school, 6 o'clock in the morning, you go to school, then finish practice around 6:30, 7 p.m., then go to work till about 11 p.m., 11, 12 p.m. at Walmart, go to sleep probably at 1 o'clock in the morning, wake right back up at 6, and that was like my grind, right?
So what was Walmart paying you back then?
$11 an hour, baby.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, I was excited, dude. I was excited to get over. My first job was a movie theater. It was like $8.75. I remember working just to get myself away from home, just to like give myself peace of mind. And getting them $200 checks for 2 weeks of work was not the most fun thing to do, right?
Yeah. Well, hey, I think it's humbling to remember where you come from sometimes so that you can understand where you're at. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So now we're 18. We're still in high school. We're on our own. We got a job. We're looking to maybe play college football, right?
Yep. So I ended up getting some offers to go play college football. I commit to go play college football, and what a lot of people don't know is I graduate high school. I commit to go play college football. I go on like a 2-week vacation, just somewhere with a friend. Then I end up going to meet my dad and my brothers for the first time. So a lot of people don't know is I was just raised with my mom, single mom. I met my dad. I met him once when I was about 10 or 12, but other than that, never really seen him. They live in Connecticut. So I went up to Connecticut, met my entire Italian side of my family, met my dad, my brothers. I have 3 half-brothers that are like the ages of 36, and the oldest one is 40. I have 5 nieces and nephews, 2 nephews that are actually a year and 2 years older than me. Just a whole family over there I never actually met, never experienced. I was only supposed to be there for 4 days, and on my 3rd day, I was in a little RZR. It's like an outdoor vehicle.
Okay.
One of my step nieces, she was about 15 at the time, flipped it over by accident. Oh, no. And I had my 5-year-old nephew next to me, so it flipped on this side. I was in the middle. As it was flipping, I kind of grabbed my nephew. I threw him in. It kind of threw me out. I ended up breaking my leg in half. Like the day before I was supposed to leave, I think it was like August 1st, August 2nd. I was supposed to go report college football August 8th, so it was like a week before.
Wow. I
ended up breaking my tibia, my fibia, tore all the ligaments in my ankle, all the bones in my leg. Wow. I actually have a cross tattooed on my leg, and actually, you have the scar. It broke. It broke right on the cross. Wow. So for me, it kind of like, it was definitely my way out, right? I was a kid who was kind of bouncing from house to house, didn't really have a place to live. My way out was to go to college, which I didn't even want to go to anyway, but I was just going to go play football, get myself out. I was going to Chicago. I was going to Illinois, and that was my way out. And everything kind of came crash and burned right there. And it was in that moment where it kind of like, for me, it's like, where am I going with my life? I know I'm not going to go to college if I'm not playing football. I know I'm just going to choose my peace, and I won't be at peace doing that. So I ended up staying with my family for another 3 months. A family I was only going to be with for a couple days ended up being a couple months, and I actually got to like be part of that family for the first time I never had, which I ended up being very grateful for because it's not something I thought was going to happen.
Bro, I can imagine.
Yep, and it was a good time, bro. It was a good time. I got to be around them, and and it led me to where I wanted to go. I come back to Orlando with a broken leg, a girlfriend at the time, which I ended up no longer being with right before I started Lumia.
Well, so here's where the story gets kind of interesting. Not that it hasn't been, but this is where I kind of see you for the first time. This is when Bobby Jones sees you for the first time. You're valeting cars,
Yes,
and this
sir.
is a year ago to the day almost, right?
Yeah, it was about, as of now, because we've been running the Lake Nona team a couple months, it's been about 14 months ago, probably, I'd say.
So you're valeting cars, making about how much a week would you say?
So I'm pretty good at pulling tips, right? I was the lead.
You're a social one.
They call it a GSC, so like I was the lead guy. I was holding the keys up. I was writing the tickets, having my guys run. I was making hourly is like $6, $7 because you're getting tips. Tips on a good day, you can make $200. Honestly, I mean, it's not bad for a day. A couple hours of work, 8 hours of work. But those bad days, you're making $50, $60. Only this summer it's a good time, and then it's a year job where year long you're not really making a good amount of money. So maybe you're touching $40,000, $50,000 a year.
The valet coaster is a thing.
The valet coaster is a thing.
Well, hey, I actually know a thing or two about this. Before I got even into solar, I had a valet parking company for 7 years before I sold it and thought I was a G and moved to Florida and realized, no, there's way more money in solar than there is in valet parking.
No, there is.
So anyway, so now we see you at this country club.
Yep.
And I knew Bobby's just got an uncanny way of seeing just greatness in people. And
Yep.
And before I know it, you're in an office and you're new. You're brand new, and the eyes are bright, and
Yep.
the platform looks cool,
Yep.
and your personality is just bubbly like it is now. And you didn't hit a home run right off the rip, did you?
Kind of. So the way it worked was super simple. I met Bobby Jones, valeting his car. He pulled up in a rented G-Wagon, lovely, right? And he told me, I was trying to figure out what to do. I honestly knew I wanted to make more money. I knew there was more money out there because when you work at a hotel, you have a bunch of people coming in from conventions, and you're seeing all this money. You're seeing what's going on. You're like, I gotta figure it out. So I talked to a bunch of insurance guys first. You know how that is. It's not really great money, right? I tried one company, then I tried another company, and I was already building a team for that. I already had 7, 8 guys. My friends just kind of I don't know, they trusted me a little bit, right? So I was like, look, there's this opportunity to make money. Let's try it. I actually went to a meeting there, didn't like it, pulled out of the insurance thing. I met Bobby around the same time. I told him about insurance. The one thing he said to me that'll forever stick with me, it's look, insurance versus solar is look, do you want to drive the C class or do you want to drive the G class, right? In the Mercedes, it's kind of the midline, the daily line, which I actually drive a C class now. It's a daily vehicle. And then there's the G class where it's the high-end, $150,000 car, you made it, right? And it was that comparison that I always thought about. I'm I work with cars, makes sense, cool. Let me try it out. Yeah. So you're right. I come to the first day. You come, you meet a bunch of young kids, hungry kids. I'm finding out closers and manager. The manager's 20-something years old, 22 years old. Yeah. Closers are 20, 21, 22, 24, 19. I'm like, wow, how is this? This is possible? The money they're making, the checks they're making. You're talking to the setters. The day I got there, the week before, a brand new setter who was only there 2 weeks made $8,000 in a week. I'm sitting there you made $8,000 in 1 week. There's no way.
That's what opens the eyes a little
No
bit.
way. So I did start off pretty hot. I sold my first deal my third day, and then the next week I 3-spotted, and then the next week I sold 2. I basically sold 8 in my first 4 weeks, which is unheard of.
This was cool because at the time I was coming to the office once or so, more or less, and I could see originally, hey, what's up? This kid's cool. Then the following time I go there, oh, he's getting success, and the confidence is going. And then the third time I go there, not only is the confidence growing, but then you had people that were there that were coming and following you. And then the fourth week, I'm like, he's doing a training in the front of the room, and he's still a setter. So your progression was very, very in front of my face. And just to share a little more to the vision of what has happened is Adrian went from setter to self-gen to closer, and now he's managing all inside 1 year. And brother, I'm proud of you for it because I saw it, but you lived it, you did it, you put the work in to get it. And so what I really want to tie home to the people at home is what was that like for your first 3 months, and then you grew to that next level? Kind of go over that path of progression with the people.
Yeah, so the first 3 months is your first couple weeks is looking at other people do it, and you're if they could do it, I could do it. Super simple. There's no way and that's the way life works. And this is, if there's one thing I could tell a bunch of people, a world that'll watch this, it's just if somebody else can do it, we're all humans. We're all the same exact species. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. It's just about how bad you want to do it or how bad they want to do it. If you put your mind to anything, you'll do it. We're humans. We get what we want. If you want it, you'll get it. Think back to something you've always wanted. You ended up getting it. How'd you get it? Because you pushed as hard as you wanted, as hard as it took. You did whatever it takes to get that thing. So for me, maybe it's good to have trauma, maybe it's not, but I had my back against the wall. I'm living at a friend's house I went to another friend's house. I'm still living at a friend's house. Broke up with my girlfriend of a year and a half, who was basically with me for the entire time, right? So the entire time of my trauma, right, or the shit I was going through, stuff I was going through, right? Now I ended up kind of having my back against the wall, seeing this is opportunity. If I take it, I could be like those guys in that room, that closer room, making that money, making the $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a week. I could be this. This is my opportunity. It costs me no money to do it. I just have to sit here, trust their training, and get it done. Cool. I'm going to do it, right? I had my back against the wall to where, like, if I didn't do it, nobody else was going to support me. It was either I adapt or perish. So I chose to adapt. I chose to take those first 3 months, and honestly, you ride the coaster. I mean, I probably could have been a self-gen closer within my first 2 months, but it ended up taking me maybe 4 or 5 months. Simply because you slack, you get comfortable, you get
that
the money.
Solar coaster,
the solar coaster.
Go like that, you know.
And in the first 3 months, you really like see it for the first time.
Yeah,
you know?
No, and dude, just hearing you talk right now, it's like you're so much different than the way your mindset is now than what it was then. And honestly, bro, I don't think you're where you are today if you didn't spend a little more time as a setter. Because when you are a leader, as some of you guys, watch this, whatever level you are in this org, it's like you never appreciate what you did before while you're doing it, but you appreciate when you graduate from it because you're like, dang, I'm glad I mastered that so I can actually understand and relate to the person, what they're going through, the times that I went through them, right?
Yep.
And I see that. I mean, bro, I see you doing one-on-ones all the time and your people like, this is how to me. It's like, oh, I remember that. And it's like, this is the type of stuff that we want to promote and understand that, like, this is part of it. Trust the process. When you trust the process, put your head down, work hard, you get to grow.
Yep.
And when you grow, don't forget where you came from, because if you forget where you came from, we'll send you right back there. Not we. You will on your own because you're not respecting the position you have currently.
Yep. Because
people are relying on you and what you do every level you grow.
Yep.
Which is why I think our culture and our organization is so much different than others, because we're not just going out there by ourselves. We're going out there as an actual team,
Yep.
doing things as a team. So if individuals win in our office, the whole team is winning as an office.
Yep.
Which, you guys do a great job of that in your office right now.
I felt that it's a lot easier to. It's something that a lot of people say. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And it's a real true thing. It's a lot easier to get up every day, and like we all have those days. No matter whether you're Russo, whether you're me, whether you're Judd, whether you're as big or small in the company, you always have those days where you get up and you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
But when you know everybody else got to go get up, everybody else got to do it, you got to do it too. It's like, it's back to that mindset. It's like if they could do it, so could I. I got to get up. I got people looking at me, depending on me, and it's something that Bobby actually told me. So for all the setters that are out there knocking and like feel like, oh, I want to get promoted, I should be promoted, I should be a closer, yeah, I should be this today. Well, obviously there's a lot of responsibility that comes with it, of course, but I was knocking with Bobby as a setter probably like 5 months into my career, thinking I should have been a self-gen 3 months earlier because I really had it in my hands 3 months earlier. And him telling me like, look, it's always better. I've always seen people come and they rush into their position. They rush into getting farther, rush into closer, rush into self-gen, rush into management, and they're not ready, and then they fail. So it's like it's better for you to take the long road and be so ready, be undeniably ready that when you're there, it's easy, and it was. And I tell my people the same thing, and exactly what you said. Like, I'm grateful that it took me longer because I learned more, right? You're always going to learn more just being led before you start to lead. You have to be ready to lead yourself before you can lead anyone else.
Oh, bro, you're literally saying all the things I would love for you to say. We didn't even prep on this. It's just you're embodying the qualities in which a leader has to be in order to lead people, like men and women, to lead men and women to a better place. Like, you have to be different too, you know? And if I talked to Adrian Boulos from a year ago, I promise the words that you're saying right now are not coming out.
No, bro, I was very lost, very uncomfortable, very emotional, very this, that, the next, like not to know what's going on. And you got to realize like everything in your life is in your control. You are in control of what you do. You're in control of what you say, how you feel. If you say something, you're going to live it. Whatever you say, words are powerful, right? You put into the universe you can't do something, you'll never do it. You put into the universe I can do it, you'll do it. Why? Because you're telling yourself you would, and you won't lie to yourself.
He who says he can and cannot are both usually correct.
Yep. 100%.
You know, It's a pretty good expression. So now, all right, so we have had success. We're managing an office now that is doing pretty darn good.
Yep.
And so, awesome. But that's not it for Adrian Boulos, right?
No.
Where are we going with this, Adrian?
Man, honestly, I just want to right now. So we're 2 months into managing an office, and I couldn't be more grateful. You learn so much. It's really like getting my team, my people. So I've recruited a lot of my old friends from high school, or just people I see around, trying to give them this opportunity because I was lucky for it to be given to me. Kind of take this team. I want to be one of the best teams in Lumio, period. Not just the Southeast, but just one of the best teams in Lumio. I look at the leaderboards every day, compare myself to other people every single day. I always want to be the top closer, top office, top manager, no matter what. No matter what I'm doing, I just want to be the best at it. You strive to be the best, you'll get pretty close, right? That's my goal right now, is to get our team to be top and then grow a couple more teams and grow a couple more leaders, right? I want the people who have made this journey with me since the beginning, have trusted into me, that have put their blood, sweat, tears, hours, money into me, that I could give them everything I told them they could get.
Pay it forward, baby.
That's it, man. Cool. I just, but yeah, honestly, just grateful to this company, grateful to Lumio, and grateful for the trust they had in me. I started at 19. I'm 20 years old. I'm told I'm the youngest manager in the company. So being the youngest manager in a very, very, very good company it's a nice thing to have in my head, but just want to see how far I could take it as fast as possible, and just take every lesson and grow from it. So I'm just excited, and I appreciate it.
Well, I love these stories, and I personally love youth growing fast and changing who they kind of were before. Because, dude, I mean, an 18-year-old Adrian is a lot different than a 20-year-old Adrian.
Yeah.
And that's not because of what's, I'm not saying we're going to take all credit for this. You did it, right?
Yeah,
you did all of it, and you learned how to become a real adult in this whole space, which is really the most impressive part of it, because now you have a freaking schedule. And before you didn't. And now you have guys relying on you. Before you didn't care. Like, what has changed, what has inspired is what anyone else can do. It's like, that's why I think it's so cool to have you on here, is because a lot of people sometimes, especially young guys, like, I don't know if I can do that. And you never said that. You always, since the day I met you and since the day I knew you, always striving for the next. But you didn't rush it. You tried, but we didn't let you. But then now you look back and go, I'm glad I didn't.
You got to get obsessed with the little things in front of you. So if you're a setter and you want to be a closer, you got to be obsessed that the closers are on a closer call. You got to be obsessed with the closers making that specific money, what they're driving, how they're doing it, what they're operating with, how were they when they were a setter. I used to look at my managers and hear them on a manager call. Like, I wonder what that's like. Now I'm on it. All right, cool. What's next? What does that regional call sound like? What does that divisional call sound like? What does it sound like to hear top team, Lake Nona? What does that sound like? Okay, cool. I got to get there. You got to become obsessed with the littlest of things, and the big things will come. Right?
To be obsessed, to be the best, you must be obsessed.
That's it.
That's what I say. Any shout outs for the people back home you want to give out?
Shout out Mama Dukes, man.
Yeah.
I love you, Mom. But other than that, man, I shout out all the people that supported me. I shout out everybody that came with me, everybody that has had my back and has worked with me. All the boys, Larry, Chris, East, Jose, Franco, all of them guys. Big shout outs to y'all, Jake, brother. I just appreciate all my friends trusting in me. I appreciate you guys trusting in me. Yeah. Shout out Bobby for the rest of my life, to be honest. And shout out Lake Nona, I guess. You know what I mean? That's my people. That's my town.
Top tier team coming up, baby.
Lake Nona was, my driving goal is, Lake Nona was known as, and is known as, like a very rich area, high-end area, and I was definitely one of the poorest kids in the school. And to now not only have my own office right on the same street as the high school I went to that I probably shouldn't be at, being able to fit into that Lake Nona culture, like, I think it was a blessing to be around people that had more money than me and had more things than me, to look at that and be like, that's where I want to be.
Dude, life goes full circle. For those who put in the right hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, tears, and heart. What you do, bro. You come with a lot of heart.
Spread love. That's all you got to do, man. This world's cold.
Adrian Boulos, everyone. Dude, love it.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's get into numbers. I'm over here in Panama City Beach with Caleb Champagne, Champ in the house. Yes.
Come on.
Champ, what do you about these offices last week? They did all right, didn't they?
Dogs. Shout out everyone to get on the board. Despite the weather, real men prevailed. Let's run the top five.
Let's go. Five. We got Daytona with 8 sales. The dogs.
4, Tulsa, Bird Talk. Dog.
He calls out for sure. Orlando, 2 with 10 sales last week. Nice job, Connor Free.
Venice, number 2 with 11 sales.
Up and down office. In the top spot,
Bombay.
14
sales, double dog.
Go, Ben.
Boys over there. Way to hold it down.
Yeah. All right, Champ. You were one of the best closers in the company for pretty much the entire time you've been closing. So let's talk about top closers. What do you think?
Yeah. So number 5, fun fact, he is known as the great value me of the Midwest. It's our boy Cam Burtok, 3 sales, Tulsa. Let's go, Cam.
Let's go, Burtok. In 4th place, Colton Bear, over there with 3 sales. Orlando 2. Let's go, Cole.
Number 3, Cameron Thompson, 3 sales, Ocala. Let's go.
Yes, 2, Sage. Sage Eldridge with 4. Nice job, Sage.
And then top spot, no surprise, Palm Bay. Tyson Rupa, 6 sales. Let's go. Full rip or die, baby.
Nice work, Tyson. All right, champ. Let's talk about the top setters in the week.
The top setters, the people who are important in this industry.
I know.
The boys. Number 5, Alexander Moroz.
Yes.
You got out of Venice 2 sales. Let's go, bro.
That's popping. Out of Orlando 2, Felipe Garduzzi Del Mico. Woo! Let's go.
Awesome,
2.
Jason. Number 3, out of Tulsa. Let's go, boys. Midwest. Max Alcalde.
Yes.
Alcalde. You know what I mean. You know you.
He
Let's
got
go,
it.
baby.
And the second spot with 3 sales out of Columbia, Mr. Jacob Cook. Let's go, Jake.
Yes. And then number 1, top dog on the week, out of Tulsa, Tatum Rhodes. 3 sales. Let's go, baby. 3. Spicy 3-piece. No biscuit, extra fries. Let's go.
Well, monthly shout-outs for closers in order as well. Wouldn't you agree, champ?
Yeah, who cares about weekly? I care about monthly, right? So number 5, coming out of Venice. Not Venice, California, but Venice, Florida. Sage Eldridge, 15 sales. Let's go.
There you go, Sage. In 4th place, we had Drayden Neiman with 16 sales out of Palm Bay.
Yes. Number 3 was 17 sales out of Ocala. Cameron Thompson. Let's go.
Nice work, Cam. In 2nd place, we have Tyson Rupa out of Palm Bay with 17 sales. Tyson, keep it up.
Yes, and then top dog, 20 sales. Tyler Pennington.
Let's go, Ty.
Let's go.
Ty.
West Palm. Let's go, baby.
West Palm Beach, 20 sales. Nice work, Ty.
West Side. So Russo.
Yes, champ.
Top office.
Yup.
Top closer. But give me the real stuff. Give me top set.
The strength.
Yes, the gears that turn the machine. Who we got? Number 5.
5th place out of Venice with 9 sales. Nicholas Budd. My bud. Nice work, dude.
My bud. Number 4 with 9 sales, Joshua Lee out of Inglewood.
Yes.
Shout out to my homie Josh Lee. I remember you from back in the day. I love you.
In 3rd place, with 10 sales out of Palm Bay, we have Tedris Barrelsman. Nice job, T.
Yes. Number 2 out of Palm Bay, Anthony Escalada. With 10 sales.
Love the way he said it. Great name. And in the top spot out of Venice with 14 sales, Alexander Morse.
Good job.
He's been on fire. Keep it up, Alex. Keep it up, team. Way to
go,
get on
boys.
this list. So, Chip, we talk about this all the time. We talk about weekly numbers, but why not glorify and talk about the monthly numbers? What do you think?
Yes, I agree. I concur with this.
So, you guys have been top dogs for the month for many months in your career.
Has been, yes, yeah.
But I don't see you guys on the list this week.
No, looks like we got beat out. So recognition is due. Winner's gonna win. Number 5 with 49 sales, Winter Haven.
Winter Haven, nice work. And 4 up and coming office coming out of nowhere, really. Venice with 51 sales. Nice work, Venice.
I know, Venice Beach out there just getting jacked. Number 3, Kate Cole coming in at 5-1, 51 sales.
Nice, Kate. In 2nd, Port St. Lucie. Nice work, Port St. Lucie. 54 sales in the month. And the top spot was 73 sales, kind of eclipsing everyone.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Just kidding. Palm Bay, let's go. Palm Bay, 73 sales.
That's nice work out there, guys, at Palm Bay. Keep it up.
You sun-kissed angel.
Yeah, we go,